Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and today's video I'm going to be talking about products that are under rupees 350. So every now and then I talk about really affordable products on my channel so that it's more inclusive and it helps a lot of people just in general to discover really good products, some underrated hidden gem products, and also people who are on a budget and can't spend a lot of money on makeup. And I think this will be in perfect time to my Nykaa sale recommendations, where I did mention a couple of high-end products in that. So in case you are like, okay, what is this, there's nothing in that for me, maybe you have something in this for you. So this is not just like, okay, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's not that kind of a video. I will be telling you guys like my thoughts. This is good, this is not so good. So it's that kind of a video. Let's get started. So firstly, I did go ahead and apply this primer on my face. This is the Swiss Beauty Real Base Makeup Highlighting Primer. This one is in the shade Golden Tint. So they have another variant that is a pink variant and also something called as natural tint, I think, but I picked up the gold tint because I thought it would suit my skin tone really well. So from the reviews that I saw, it was mentioned that this one has a lot of shimmer particles, and those shimmer particles do translate on the skin. So I was really skeptical about that because I don't like shimmer, like visible shimmer on my face, especially all over my face. Highlighter to an extent I can manage with that because it's like concentrated on one surface area, but even that, if it is too shimmery, very stark shimmer particles, glittery, I don't really like it. So I was very doubtful. When I swatch it on my hand and leave it for a while, I can see those shimmer particles on my skin, but on my face, one, it adds a beautiful glow. So I was still looking really close. Okay, can I see this shimmer on this? So this is how close I was looking at my skin. Okay, so I'm like, okay, is there any shimmer particle all over my face that is visible, that is like peeking through and making my foundation look bad? If you guys know my thoughts on the Flower Beauty foundation, that foundation has shimmer in it, so all that shimmer is on your skin all over. So I was just expecting that kind of an effect. Sometimes with these kind of glowy products, what happens is initially when you apply it, it doesn't really show up. After a while, all of that shimmer is actually popping onto your skin, and this one doesn't do that. It's very hard for me to explain it. It's really fine shimmer, okay, and when you apply it on your skin, you can see a little bit like gold reflex everywhere, but it's not exaggerating anything. It's not showing up shimmery on your skin like really large shimmer particles. It's not like that. The foundation that I did use today does have a little bit of glow on its own, but this product does help in making your foundation look a little bit more glowy. So I did use just about one pump of this product for my entire face, and I found it to be more than enough. You can build on it as well, and I feel it's a really nice affordable product. So this one is for 349 rupees, and I really like it. I was so bummed when I got this one and I swatched it on my hand and I was like, okay, this is so shimmery. If it's going to look like this on my face, I'm definitely not going to be liking this, but it's not like that. I'm so happy. It's such a nice product, affordable, looks really nice on the skin. It does have very strong fragrance. That is something I have to mention, but it doesn't linger for a long time. But initially when you apply it, you're like, okay, what is this fragrance? It smells like a body lotion, something that we are quite familiar with. I can't remember what the smell is, but doesn't linger. Like, it's not like you apply it and you can just keep smelling it. It's not like that. So I really like the packaging of this. It's a little hard to open the cap. You see that pressure that I applied, and I was scared I'm going to break this, and this is how you seal it tight, like that. So once I was done with primer, I did go ahead with color correction. So for that, I have this Miss Claire full coverage makeup. This one is in the shade Orange. So they do have a lot of shades, around 17 shades if I'm not wrong. I'm not sure if they've skipped a couple of shades in between, but I think the last one was 17 or 18. So I did pick up the orange color corrector. I think the shade number 13 and 14 are color correctors, and then they have a couple of deeper shades. Not very inclusive in terms of shade. Let me tell you guys why, because I do have their deeper shade with me, but pretty good for an affordable brand. And this one retails for 275 rupees, which is again really affordable, and you can find it on discount. discount, and I just want a really nice color corrector that I can recommend. I am trying out a lot of different color correctors, concealers that I can recommend to people on a budget, and I do really like this color corrector. You can go very light hand with it. It doesn't have so much of pigmentation to it. It's not like very full coverage or anything. So when you first apply it, it's like a light orange and you can't build on it, and that's exactly how I like my color correctors to be. So first I apply it, I see, okay, is this enough or should I go ahead with more product, and then I go ahead with more product instead of going with intense orange color corrector and then like using too much of product to mask the orange of the color corrector, or just wipe it off altogether. So this one I do really like. It's very nice and creamy, it blends really well, and it doesn't alter the concealer that goes on top of it. And then I went ahead with my eyes. So firstly, for eyebrows, I have this one. This is the Blue Heaven Artisto Brow Pencil Styler. This one is in the shade honey brown, and this one retails for 150 rupees. So I was not very sure what shade to pick up. Not that they have a lot of shades, I think they just have another shade which was like a dark gray or a black shade. It's sort of like a blackish brown shade, which I do really like for my dark eyebrow hair. It does fill it in really well. The tip is perfectly angled for you to precisely define your brows, and it's creamy enough. I don't like very creamy eyebrow products, and I don't really like very stiff eyebrow products. I want it to be just a perfect mix of both, because for someone who is like me, who can have a little bit of jittery hands, it is a little bit of a problem. So I like this one where I get the kind of definition I want to. I can build on it. It's not super pigmented, and I can apply it very well. It also comes with a spoolie, which is perfect, and this is so affordable yet really nice. And so if you are looking for an affordable eyebrow definer, you should definitely try this one out. And then another eyebrow pencil. This one is the Blue Heaven Walkfree Eyebrow Definer. This is water resistant, and you get 0.45 grams of product in this, and this retails for 80 rupees. So again, a little bit more affordable than that, like almost half the price of that. So this is again really nice and creamy. It has that perfect shape that you would want. This is a black eyebrow pencil actually, so you can see the difference. This one is more like brownish and this one is more black. Only thing is this doesn't come with a spoolie. And then we moved on to eyeshadow. For that I have the Mars Fantasy 15 eyeshadow palette. This one retails for 299 rupees, and you get 15 shades in this. This is the eyeshadow, of course, I have on my eyes today. Let me just explain what are the shades that I use so that you guys can see the demo in the exact order, and then I'll tell you guys my thought on this. So firstly, I applied this one, this shade right here. It goes on so beautifully on the eyes. It's pretty pigmented actually, so if you want a light wash of color, use it with a light hand. It's the way you hold the brush and the kind of brush you use as well. It's really well. And then I went ahead with this shade all over my lid, because that's what I do with most matte eyeshadows. I apply it all over my lid, not just on my crease or the outer corner, and I see how it works. And then I took this shade right here for my lid. So this is the shade that I have on my lid today as well, and I really like this shade. It's a nice orangey gold shade. Now this shimmer shade, I noticed that with a brush, it's not up to the pigmentation I want it to be. It's not giving me that sheen, that effect that I wanted to, and so I did wet my brush as well, and even then it was not packing the punch I wanted to. So what I did is I took it with my fingers, and then it does look pretty good. I think it is a little bit better if you use your fingers with these eyeshadows, and then you can apply it precisely. But one thing is that if you have long nails, I think it would be a problem. Yeah. And then I did take this dark brown right here just on my outer corner to see if it is of the pigmentation I wanted to. And most of the times these kind of cool toned brown shades can look really bad on the eye, like they can look dirty on the eye, and this one doesn't look like that at all. So it's a very buildable brown shade. And then I also did take this shade right here for my outer corner, and it looks very nice. So all in all, it's a really nice eyeshadow palette for the price, and it is very similar to the Makeup Revolution palettes, like the 15 pan palette. If the brand has listed the entire ingredients that is on the packaging, nothing that seems to cause any concern or nothing that shouldn't be there in an eyeshadow palette. So I did go through it. I'm not an expert at reading ingredients, but I did go through most of it. It is what you get in most other eyeshadow palettes, and this palette does contain parabens. I know there's still a lot of taboo around that particular ingredient, but I am okay as long as it does contain preservative, because I don't want my eyeshadow palette to be growing any mold on it and going bad really fast. So compared to this one and this eyeshadow palette, which one would I say you should pick up? I feel like the formula of this eyeshadow palette is a little bit more rigid, like the matte and the shimmer shades and everything is a little bit more rigid, because of which there is not much fallout or like kickback when you put your brush in this palette, but you have to build on it a little bit more on the eyes. Whereas this, the matte shades and the shimmer shades, I feel like are a little bit more softer. These shimmer shades work with brush as well. So this is a 9-pan palette, comes with a mirror. That is a 15-pan palette, and I think this one retails for 199 rupees. So depends on your budget, depends on the color scheme you want to. Both of these are really nice, and it's up to you to choose, but these are things that I can tell you guys. Like I can tell you, okay, this is how it's different from the other. Okay, and after that we moved on to eyeliner. I got this one again is from Blue Heaven. This is their Artisto twin one. It's not 2-in-1, it's twin one eye kit. So this one has an eyeliner on one side and it has a kajal on the other side. This one reminded me a lot of the Huda Beauty liquid eyeliner, so that's the reason I picked this one up. And both the sides I do really like the eyeliner is nice and matte and pigmented. It's not like the Huda Beauty one where it's super pigmented, but it is pretty good and it is lasting on my eye pretty well. So what happens to me with eyeliners is after a while it starts to flake up. It's not happening with this one, which I do really like. So the other side is the kajal and I really like it. It's thick, it is pigmented, and it is black, and it's what I have on my eyes as well. I did smudge it out a little bit. Yeah, a nice product again for an affordable price range. And then I did mascara. This is the Blue Heaven Extreme Length Mascara. This is a lengthening mascara. It does what it says. It adds only length, no volume, just a little bit of length to your eyelashes. So I don't like just length. I want a little bit of volume as well. So I have to mix this in with my other mascaras. Next up, let's talk about the Miss Claire Full Coverage Concealer in the number 17. So I got this one because I wanted to try it out if it works as a contour product, which it does for my skin tone. It does have that right undertone, like a little bit of gray undertone to it. So it's really nice if you want to contour it. It's very creamy. It blends out very, very easily. But because I have sort of like pigmentation on my forehead, and this part of my forehead is darker than the rest of my face, it actually doesn't really show up on my forehead. So that's the reason I call this to be not very inclusive in terms of shades. Because I'm not sure how many people will be able to use this on all over their face because of the undertone and the way it's going to look. But if you wanted to try this out for contouring, you can try it out, especially if you are of my skin tone or maybe a shade deeper, but not anywhere deeper than that. And so then I went ahead with foundation, which I'm really excited about this one. Ever since I saw this, I was excited to try this one out. So I went ahead and got it in 2 shades. This is the Miss Claire Everyday Foundation, Natural Weightless Foundation. You get 30 ml of product in this. So firstly, I got the shade Beige, which I thought maybe would be a little bit light for me. But once I did blend it out, it kind of matches me pretty well. This is what I have on all over my face, right? So you can see it does match my neck pretty well. So that's the reason I swatched it on one side, blended it down my neck and showed you guys so that you can see how it looks. And you can also see like the texture of my skin and everything. So I had the camera zoomed in really close so that you can see how the foundation goes on and everything. Aside from the fact that I did have the Swiss Beauty highlighting primer underneath it, it's still a really nice glowy foundation and it goes on really smoothly. Very nice, creamy, it blends in no time. You can use your brush or sponge. With sponge, you get slightly lesser coverage compared to the brush. With brush, I got a good medium coverage, and with a sponge, slightly lighter than medium coverage, so I could build it up. So I did build it up to the coverage that I wanted to, and this is what I have on my face. I really like how this foundation looked. It's not emphasizing any dry patches. It was so smooth, glided onto my skin, and was not emphasizing any texture, and not even my forehead lines, which most of the foundations settle onto this line on my forehead and makes it look really bad and prominent. But this foundation is not doing that, and given the price, I am so impressed with the shade range, with everything. So I did use caramel on my forehead and around my chin. especially wherever I have pigmentation, because a little bit of a darker shade works for me always. And I did use the shade Caramel underneath my eyes as well as concealer, which it's not recommended you use a foundation underneath your eyes, because the way they formulate a concealer would be different compared to the way they formulate a foundation. A concealer is supposed to be specially designed for this area, which it shouldn't dry it out, strip that skin of its moisture. But sometimes I still go ahead and do that because I don't want to use too many products and I just want to see how it looks. So it has a nice creamy finish underneath the eyes. I like it. It does fade away a little bit on my under eye area, but that happens to me with most products. I have specific products that do stay on this place for me, but amazing. Then let's talk about another contour product. So this one is the Eyetex Dazller foundation stick. This one is in the shade Dusky FS2. I have already spoken about this product in my previous video, which is in the shade Contour FS. So I just wanted to try out another shade just to see if it is something that I can recommend for people maybe of lighter skin tone than I am, or just how their shades are. And I must say, I'm not a very big fan of the undertone of this shade. It is very red for my liking. So let me just swatch this. Oh, my hands are always full of swatch. So this is FS2. You can see it looks normal like this when you swatch it, but on the skin I feel like it does pull a little bit red, which is okay. I mean, it doesn't look bad given that I do have it right now on my face here, and it doesn't look like it's red, right? It blends out pretty well, but I still must say that I like this shade a lot better for my skin tone. This one is in the shade Contour. Let me swatch it here. This is how it looks. I know it looks a lot deeper. That's because on the hand always the swatches look a little bit deeper than on your face, but this shade is pretty good for contouring, and this one is more like a bronzing shade if you want to use it. Both are really good. It just depends on what you want to use. But remember one thing, if you're going to pick up this product for all over your face, like using it as a foundation, I wouldn't recommend it at all. It cannot blend that easily. Like for contouring and all, it's just a small surface of your face that you're going to be using it, right? And you can get it to blend. It does need a little bit more effort because it has a rigidness to it, which a lot of other cream contour products don't have. They are very smooth, very creamy, but these are not like that. So if you imagine using this on your face, it can be hard to blend and it might cake up a lot. And then we did try out another contour product. This one is the Eyetex Dazller Classic Compact Powder in the shade Contour, and this one retails for just 80 rupees. And I must say, it's an amazing contour product at this price. It looks scary when you first look at it, and let me just swatch it on my hand as well. Like, that shade doesn't translate as deep as it looks in the pan, and it's a very buildable formula. It looks really nice on the skin. I did go ahead with this with very, very light hands. Just blends in no time and looks really nice. This one does contain some kind of like floral scent to it, which is a little repulsing, but the price just compensates for everything, and it looks, what am I gonna say? Nice. I like that. I like it a lot. And then I tried out a highlighter. This one is the VOSTE highlighter, and this one is in the shade 02 Honey Beige. This one you get 4.5 grams of product, really good quantity for a very reasonable price, and I was expecting this to be really shimmery on my face, but it's not at all like that. It's a really nice, smooth, creamy looking highlighter, and you can apply this just on your bare skin as well without much makeup, because it's just like a very nice sheen, not so shimmery on your skin. So that's not the glow that I have on my face right now, because I did top it off with another highlighter. So this one is the Mars Wonder highlighter. This one is in the shade Gold. So this is the highlighter. Look at the packaging. Always come with really nice handy packaging, nice mirror, and this is the shade. It is quite a stark gold shade, which if you are lighter than my skin tone, it will look like a gold stripe on your skin. So this suits my skin complexion and people of deeper skin tone than I am. And I was again thinking that this is going to be shimmery, like very, very big shimmer particles on my skin, emphasizing my texture. This is not like that. It's not like their velour highlighter. It's a lot more smoother, a lot more buttery on the skin, and just glides on. I love how it looks. It's what I have on my skin right now. If you have texture, it will emphasize it a little bit. It's of course a highlighter. It does contain finely milled shimmer particles, but nothing too stark. So a really nice highlighter for a really good price if you were interested in trying out this product. And then a loose powder I want to talk to you guys about. This is the Inside Cosmetics Flawless Matte Finish HD Finishing Loose Powder. This one is for 125 rupees. This is in the shade Translucent. It is a whitish powder, and if you use too much of this, it might look like it's adding a white cast underneath your eyes. So use this with very light hand, but it's a very smooth fine powder which sets the concealer underneath your eyes really well. This is the side that I did set it, and this is the side I didn't set. So I feel like this side is looking a little bit better, and it is lasting well. So many times loose powders don't gel very well with my concealers, but because this is the foundation that I have used underneath my eyes, it does look really nice. So a good affordable translucent powder if you were looking to try out one. Does contain strong fragrance. A lot of these products do have that, but if your skin is really sensitive to fragrance, then you can avoid those products. And then a setting spray. This is the Inside Makeup Fixing Spray. This one you get 75 ml of product, and I'm not sure how much this one is priced at. I will leave it in the description box below. So this is okay. It does a job of a makeup fixing spray, which most of my makeup fixing sprays do, and this does contain strong fragrance to it, which might give you a headache, which it did give me a headache. So I would say pass on this one. You can try out the Wet n Wild Natural Finish makeup fixing spray, or the Swiss Beauty one, which is a lot better than this. It does the job. It's not like it's a bad setting spray. It's just that the fragrance is quite overpowering. If the smell is a little too much, it can give me a headache, so I stay clear of anything that has very strong fragrance in it. So now that we've completed everything on the face, let's move on to lips. For lips, I have the NY Bay lipstick in the shade Peppy Pearson. I've seen a lot of people love this shade. So this one is more like a subtle peachy pink shade with a little bit of brown to it as well, and this would suit people up to medium skin tone. Anywhere deeper than that, it might not show up on your lips, and it does take a little bit of tugging on your lips to get it to show up. The price is really affordable, but I think you can get better formula if you pay a little bit more as well. So next up, I'm going to be talking about the same thing, that is a better formula for a little more price. So this is the Swiss Beauty HD matte lipstick. I have it in two shades because a lot of you guys asked me to try out a couple of more shades. I have the shade Brandy Harrington, which I did mention in another video. I will link it right here. So I did get the shade Dynamite Berry. It is a deep red shade with berry pink undertones. Looks really nice, glows on so smooth, applies very pigmented, and is quite long lasting as well. And then I do have the shade Murphy Brown, which is a deep red shade with a little bit of brown undertones to it, and really nice, very beautiful. So I was complaining in my previous video that these don't close like how I wanted to, because it's not like secure. So a couple of you guys let me know that there are magnets right here, like aligned. So can you see that magnetic closure? Yeah, just have to make sure that they are aligned well so that it closes and then it stays intact. Mechanisms. And then I did try out this one from Inside Cosmetics. This one is their Inside Non-Transfer Liquid Lipstick. I have another shade in this, which I did really like that. And the formula of this is very comfortable. So that's the reason I wanted to get another shade. This is V20 Wine Fantasy. But I'm so disappointed with this because I feel like the pigment and the oil have separated. So I'm trying to like do this and then apply it on my lips, but still it goes on really patchy, oily, spreading onto my teeth. What a mess. And then I did get one from Blue Heaven. This is their powder matte lipstick, and this one is in the shade Rosy Lips. Most of these shades are sold out, so this one is the shade Rosy Lips. So it is like a mauvey pink shade. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I have been talking about these products for almost 30 minutes now. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. So yeah, I will leave timestamps in the description box below with all the details of the product in the description box below, so that you can shop, you can check it out, check my review about each individual product. So let me know if you have any of this. What are your thoughts on these products? What are your favorite products from the affordable range that you've been loving and you think I should try out? If it's not already been mentioned on my channel, let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Baby girl, you're so fun. I can't get you off my